Hey everyone, Charles Stevens here with this week's Words of Wisdom as we continue our series on the growth gap traps. This week we're focusing on the inspiration gap, which John Maxwell describes as the belief, I don't feel like doing it. And our quote for today comes from John Maxwell himself. Motivation gets you going, but discipline keeps you growing. This gap shows up when we rely on feelings to fuel our growth. We wait until we feel energized or inspired or excited before we act. The problem is feelings are unreliable. If growth depends on how we feel, growth will be inconsistent at best. But here's what I know. You don't grow because you feel like it. You grow because you decide to. Some of the most meaningful growth in my own life didn't happen on days I felt motivated. It happened on ordinary days when I didn't feel like reading, reflecting, working out, or having the hard conversation. But discipline showed up when inspiration didn't. That's why this gap is so dangerous. The inspiration gap convinces us that if we're not motivated, we're not ready. But growth isn't built on inspiration, it's built on consistency. Faith plays a critical role here as well. Scripture reminds us that we walk by faith, not by sight, and certainly not by feelings. Faith says, I'll take the step even when I don't feel like it, trusting that God will meet me in my obedience. If you're waiting today to feel ready, hear this. Action is what will make the difference. You are more likely to act yourself into a feeling than feel yourself into an action. So ask yourself, what small disciplined step can I take today, regardless of how I feel? And if you're stuck in the inspiration gap and need someone to help you build consistency instead of relying on motivation, I'd be honored to help. Sometimes growth doesn't need more inspiration, it just needs accountability and encouragement. So don't wait to feel like it. Take the step. Growth will follow. That's all for this week's Words of Wisdom. Next week, we'll dive into the comparison gap. Have a great week.